know there's nothing else. You must be an angel watching over. You have the guts to get up again. It's the get up again, yeah. That will take you to the very end. My friend, keep getting up again, yeah. Hey, we're back with Mr. RaNDy CoHeN. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good.
Yes,
So,
it is.
another author, writer.
Well, actually, he's more than that. He's doing
Holly can explain.
Yeah, he's doing this incredible thing, Person Place Thing, which I went to. He had Calvin Trillin on the show. Can you explain Person Place Thing?
Yeah, it's a kind of interview show, but here's the idea that people are particularly interesting when they're not speaking directly about themselves, but about something they care about. So each guest comes prepared to speak about one person, one place, and one thing that's meaningful for them. They can love it, they can hate it. And as long as they have strong feelings about it, it's worked out really, really well in this sense. It sounds so vain. That it gets really good talkers to tell stories they otherwise wouldn't. So like Dan Savage did the show. You know Dan Savage. And his person was Caroline Matilda, the teenage sister of George III. You know Caroline Matilda? You know Dan Savage? You know George III?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the things get it
It's an amazing.
George III, King of England, when in the 18th century,
Right.
when America was just a little dream. So Caroline is at age 15. She's married off to the King of Denmark, who's her cousin. She's never met this guy. And she runs this kind of enlightenment court within the court in Copenhagen. She has this long affair with the court doctor. She's dead by the time she's 23. Man, what a story.
I know.
But not what you
Incredible
think of
story.
as a Dan Savage story. Because
Yeah.
you go, well, where's the sex, Dan?
Yeah.
And he said, I'd rather speak about the Tudors than anything, but no one ever asks me.
Wow.
Well, we ask. So, and it's great. It's great. And people seem to come through like that. They get to talk about what they're interested in.
So, what are you interested in?
Nothing. That's why I seek out other people.
So,
I find life just
where'd
so
you grow
dull.
up?
Oh, I'm not sure I did.
Where are you from?
Oh, I was from Charleston, South Carolina, and then I grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Oh, like the Monopoly town, Reading?
Yeah, the Reading Railroad.
Yeah, and Monopoly made that town so famous, right?
Oh, yeah, everyone's heard of it.
Did you play
I know
Monopoly?
George III had been on the Monopoly board. You would have
They
played
probably have a version where he's on it, because they have so many Monopoly games now.
it. See, this would be your thing if you did our show, and there's not a chance in hell that you will. But you would
Well,
pick
there's not
Monopoly.
a chance in hell that I know that much about Monopoly.
But I think you do.
Tell
me more. I think you're perked up for this.
all I know is Reading and we had the Wizard of Oz Monopoly.
See, already.
Yeah, when my kids were little, because we loved the Wizard of Oz.
What was the screen on the Wizard of Oz Monopoly?
I don't know, but it came in a tin box.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And that's the whole thing that's amazing about RaNDy's show is that you have these people come on. Like when I saw Calvin Trillin talking, it was like suddenly you saw Calvin Trillin talking about something that really had made him into a writer, and you're sitting there in the audience, and it's very casual, but it's just.
Were you on it?
I haven't been on it yet. I don't have a person-place thing. That it's
Not yet. But
How long have you been doing it, and where can people
about a
see
year.
it?
At the 92nd Street Y.
Oh, I know
but
that
in the
place.
little Tribeca outpost.
Okay.
June
I've been
19th is in Orleans. July something around the same time. A couple writers from the Daily Show, and they'll tell work stories. Three
there.
work
Like
stories.
Jon Stewart Daily Show?
Yeah, that Daily Show.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
They'll
So
be
when
good.
did you move to New York?
1973.
What made you come here?
A bus. That's where the bus
The bus
stopped.
made you come?
The person
Yeah,
place
they
thing was
said,
very
get off, this is the bus, you're on the bus, here's where
You
we're
came from
stopping.
Reading,
I
Pennsylvania?
came from, I was in grad school in Los Angeles.
He was actually a band player. He was at Cal Arts.
Oh, I know that. I've heard of that place.
Yeah, it's on the Monopoly board.
I don't know about
It
that.
is.
Maybe.
It's like at the corner of Cal Arts and Georgia III. So, yeah, I was a composition student. I was a terrible composer. I had no musical gifts of any kind, but I didn't know that. You must have heard, not you, but I mean other people who think they have musical ability, and it turns out, well, no, they don't, and everyone knows it but them. I was that guy.
What'd you play?
Synthesizers. So I was doing all
Wow.
electronic and computer music.
So did you have any inspiration?
Music, none whatsoever.
You
No
didn't
ability.
like Depeche Mode or any of those?
Oh, this is way pre that. This is like, Xenakis and John Cage and Karl-Heinz Stockhausen. This is like,
All
going
the
to
stuff
music
I
school.
love.
John Cage.
Yeah, there you go.
I love Karl-Heinz Stockhausen.
And I was just terrible. And I just didn't
So
know.
who did you like the Dead?
Yeah, but that was, that's
I know they're not
a-
synthesized. and
Yeah,
stuff,
it's a
but like-
different thing. This is like
So
trying
what
to be
made
a
you
serious
pick that?
composer.
What-
A lack of self-knowledge. A
Ah.
complete lack of self-knowledge.
Did you have a computer?
No one had computers.
I know.
I'm very old. We didn't have
I
computers.
know,
It was
but
like
you
the
had a
size of-
synthesizer. How big
No,
was
you
that?
didn't have,
Oh.
at school you had to go there. Like no individual could have one. They were giant
Right, that's what I
refrigerator-sized
mean.
things.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
an
this
IBM machine or something.
Exactly.
Kellogg was doing the most cutting edge music. Actually, in my new shows, I talk about all this stuff, the Kellogg stuff. And what he was doing was all this incredible experimental stuff. And then he came to New York and started.
As a musician, you came here?
As a musician, but knowing I
As
was
a bad musician.
stank. Yeah, knowing I was no good.
Well, maybe
It's a
you weren't as
terrible
bad
age.
as you thought.
No, I was Polly.
But did you know each other then?
No, not till
No,
later.
no,
but,
no, no.
but so, all right. So I'm in this band then, and you know,
What was the name of the band?
Jack Ruby.
Okay.
Jack Ruby!
Yeah. Not bad.
I
Up in
recently
Stock.
heard that.
Yeah, you have.
Recently,
Here's why.
yeah.
Because this is like 1974, and it's going okay. And CBS puts us in the studio, and we recorded a bunch of stuff, and then they went, ew, no, I don't think so. and didn't release it. It's just the way it goes. And I thought, well, that's that. And we did the best we could, and we tried, and it all sort of faded away. And a couple of years ago, 18 months ago, now this is like 35 years later.
You got a hit.
Yeah, kind of.
Good for
There's
you.
the-
Good for you.
The same tracks. Thurston Morgan from
Yeah.
he like hears it. We've become an internet cult, and that's the thing the internet does
I've
really well.
recently heard Jack
Yeah.
Ruby, like
Yeah.
very recently.
Yeah. So he gets behind.
Oh, wait
it.
a minute. Are you going to get up and sing this for us?
No, I was not the singer. I played drums and synthesizers.
This
So
is
there's
fucking amazing, right?
He gets behind it, and they put the CD out. Apparently we have a
And
big.
Thurston, he's like anything he touches.
It
It's
got
like-
great reviews.
yeah, they are
now people are working on a double vinyl. The English double vinyl is
re-release.
going to come out.
Good for you.
And so all I
Are you
had
going to go on
do was,
tour?
Two of the guys, there was 4 guys. 2 of them are dead.
Well, we can fake
I'm sorry,
that.
5 guys. Yeah, we can fake that.
Yeah.
One of them is really, really frail. He's
Just
been
get
quite
like
ill.
James
He's-
Franco or somebody, you know.
He'd be very
He'd be
good.
perfect.
But it's like I'm dead. It's like your posthumous success. It's like you thought this was over, and 35 years later,
It's
this
just the
thing
beginning.
comes out. Oh no, it's over. But at least
Are you making royalties?
No, we give them all the money to all the money, like all $300 or $400. A cult success online means 3 guys like it. I mean, they lower
No,
the
that's
bar
not
for
true.
cult.
No, more than 3.
Right, 10.
No.
But you used to have to. Cults have gotten it's an internet thing.
Cult
So
is a good 4-letter word.
Ooh, name of your next album, I hope. The guy, we give all the money to the guy who's quite frail, who's been quite ill.
Okay,
Just
that's
give him the money.
nice. That's
We're very nice.
Is
We
he in a
just got-
wheelchair?
No, he walks with a cane.
Okay. Not yet.
We're all going to end up in a wheelchair.
I know.
We know where it
I
ends.
want a walker with like platforms. That's always.
That's
what
it. You
yeah.
can use a swinging gravity and
There you
on the
go.
beach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is your place?
Yeah.
What is my place? I would pick, River Road on the other side of the G. I like to bike. I cycle. And if you go over the George Washington Bridge, which I bet you haven't done in 10 years.
I
You haven't
actually
been
did
north
it
of
last
18,
week,
so-
and I'm doing
See,
it
I'm
tomorrow.
wrong. Completely wrong. All right, so you go over on your bike?
I'm not on a bicycle.
Okay. And you go over the bridge, and then you turn south.
I rollerblade.
Oh, okay. You can do this on. People do this on rollerblades, and you enter Palisades State Park.
Oh well, I know the Palisades.
Right. So this is between the top of the cliffs and the Hudson. There's this skinny little park called Palisades State Park, and the road that runs north for 7 miles. It's like being in the country. It's unbelievable.
Well, it is the country. It's not like being. It's the Garden State. Did you
Isn't it
forget?
lovely?
Yeah,
lovely. It's just
exactly.
lovely. But I've seen eagles there. I've seen a coyote there. It's like being like.
I've seen eagles in Washington Square.
Not the eagles.
There's hawks.
Same
too.
hotel.
No, not those eagles.
It's coming back.
No, there is real wildlife here, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised.
I would be.
Yeah.
I would be. I don't like to leave my apartment
Well, which area of town? I don't want you to give your address.
I'm not telling you because
Are
you'll
you
come
near?
by.
I'm not coming by.
Dinner,
Trust.
I don't have any food
Why,
in the house.
I can tell.
I'll feel
Do you
terrible,
eat?
I know, I sustain life.
What'd you eat today?
What did I do? My standard breakfast, the bagel and the mango.
You
All-
do really?
All
You
the
eat
nations of
bagels
the
every
world
day?
to get along as well as my breakfast.
Really?
The bagel and
Do you
the
put
mango.
anything on the bagel?
Light butter.
Like a certain
Again,
brand?
this Monopoly and my breakfast are the things you've been most interested in. No, I have no brand loyalty to anything.
So do you have like a plain bagel, or like what kind of bagel?
I vary the bagel.
Really? So like some days it's
It's
everything,
wild
and
at
some
the
days.
lineup.
Wow. Do you ever do cinnamon raisin?
No, that's just too
I
boyish
thought-
for, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? I never knew that.
I'm
That's
not
what
saying
he's
it's not.
That's exactly the
Oh,
point.
it's just a little boyisher for me. It's,
Wow.
but
What
the bagel
do you eat
and
lunch?
the mango.
So, and you have all right. And the mango, you eat the whole thing.
No, I have. The Atolfos
Of
are
course.
in season, the noblest mango.
Is that right?
The little yellow ones?
Yes, they're so
They're the
good.
greatest
Are
mango
those the ones
ever.
that the ladies cut on the street and like sell?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you
they're
buy
in
those?
season. The ones on the stick?
Yeah. Or they slice them in little
Yeah,
pieces.
no, they're great.
They're great,
Aren't
right?
they the
So
greatest mango?
it's good.
They don't have little fibers. The bright yellow ones.
Nice.
They're the smallest pit.
How long have you been
wait
eating a
every
bagel and a
season.
mango every day? Because you are an expert on mangoes. That's his thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
mango,
yeah.
the mango. Oh, I wish.
Wow.
You know, you come to New York and you learn that the bagel and the mango can coexist. And you're happy to be here.
So,
He's also a Shakespeare expert. He has a Shakespeare obsession.
is that right? So do you know most things that happen about Shakespeare?
No one knows. No one knows. Like
Well,
there's
I went-
for someone who's as famous as Shakespeare, less is known about his life than probably any other well-known person. There's almost nothing known about him.
Didn't he die on his birthday?
No, he died on the wrong birthday.
He died on your birthday?
No, he didn't. I didn't know.
Didn't,
So
I
don't even know where I'm
think
going
he
with that.
might have.
No.
Maybe his wife was born and died on her birthday.
I think, or on Joey Ramone's birthday. The
Yeah.
theme of your day, I know.
But Shakespeare, I actually saw Romeo and Juliet last year.
Did you have fun? Did you like it?
The Royal Shakespeare Company was
Pretty
here.
great, right?
Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Something happened in that performance that has never happened ever, ever, ever.
Did they kill a guy? Because there's there's a lot on
Romeo
stage.
got hurt,
Really?
and they had to switch Romeos. And we had to empty out of the whole place while they could do a little rehearsal with the
Wow.
fill-in Romeo. It was crazy. It took hours. That show was the
People love
longest.
that though because they have a story in there.
Yeah,
Story
you
can
made me
tell.
just remember
They might
it.
have deliberately hurt that Romeo.
No, I don't
Just
think
for your
so.
pleasure.
No, but the stand-in was so good. So do you have a favorite Shakespeare?
No. I mean, we get together once a month and we read one out loud. And
What was
Nicole
the one you
Weber-
read last time?
What was the one we read last time? Oh man, Troilus and Cressida.
So
It's the Trojan War play. It's like you get through all the greatest hits. All I knew was like the 10 greatest hits when we started,
Right.
But now we've been through all of them
That's
3 times.
really
It was
awesome.
so much fun. Nicole Weather, that you find the back row of a bar, kind of like
Did you ever see A Tree Grows
Shakespeare
in
and
Brooklyn? When they were reading Shakespeare? It was just on the other night. Yeah, I just saw it, so it's so
It's
fresh.
fun, right? To read
Well, she
Shakespeare
was
live.
reading it, and nobody knew what she was reading, and she's like, neither do I, but it's so good. I love it.
You catch on your ear will catch on right away.
They said that Shakespeare was dyslexic.
Who says? They don't know.
They.
That's such nonsense. They. They're such
They
liars.
say.
They say
They
every
said
damn
William
thing.
Shakespeare was dyslexic.
Man, they have no idea.
So do you think he knew how to party?
No one knows. No one knows.
Really?
It's
Nobody
it's like a
knows?
blank. No, it's like a very mysterious figure.
Even in his
They
little
don't kind of
town,
know he was
Stratford?
born. Well, they knew at the time, but they don't know now. They
What
know
did he
apparently
like?
he was a ruthless, illegal speculator in grain.
Oh.
There's like some evidence has turned up, deeds have turned up that said he was doing crooked deals with the grain.
So maybe he was making bagels.
The ancient Elizabethan day.
Yeah.
A noble thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe he.
All my interests in one place.
There you go. Right.
I'd never leave that place.
So what did you eat for lunch?
Leftover Chinese food.
Oh, that's always good. What kind?
Basil chicken.
Ooh. Holy basil. And then will you have a cookie? Because
Yeah, I'm scarfing them down as best as I can.
Yeah,
It's
so-
just hard to eat the cookie and continue to talk.
Well, you can. I think you're pretty ambidextrous. I think you could do it.
I don't know which part of my body.
When's your birthday, RaNDy?
July 12th. I'm a 40 regular if you're thinking suit, because I would like a suit.
Oh, for your birthday?
If you're I assume that's why you're asking.
You look smaller than that. You're 40?
40 regular, maybe I could fit into a 39.
Probably.
You think?
Are you 39 again? I like Jack Benny.
Man. Not in here.
No?
No.
A musician.
That's so cruel. That's the meanest thing you said. No, it's so sad.
You don't like Jack Benny?
Yeah, that's the meanest thing you said. That Jack Benny, he's like a god to me, and now you're sort of, I know he's backhanded insults about Jack Benny.
This is going right over my head. You think I'm smarter than you're giving me way too much credit here. So, July. So it's coming, your birthday.
I guess. If it's that's optimistic. I hope. Fingers crossed.
There you go.
Look both ways, and everybody's birthday.
RaNDy worked for years on Letterman.
Oh, that's
So
very
you
nice.
weren't getting your repartee.
Because a lot of people complain to us that the sound is not like Letterman.
The
So
quality of the audio?
yeah. What'd you do? Were you a writer?
Uh-huh.
Really? So did he always run across the stage, or is that new? Like when the show begins, he's like running every night. I watch Letterman a lot.
I wrote that. Dave writes.
You did?
Yeah.
That was you?
That was me.
Ah, so he's been running only since you've been on the show.
That was a long time ago.
Wow. So was he on Channel 2 when
He's
you were
very
there,
active.
or was he on Channel 4?
NBC.
He was on Channel 4.
The old channel.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. So you used to work at Rock?
We at Rock. Yes, we worked at Rock.
Wow. So you were always doing rock. You came from music. Then
The
you
Rock, a Rock.
Wow.
I feel like I've been hitting the head with a rock.
That's pretty cool, though.
It's very exciting.
I just read somewhere today that about rocks, actually, that Israel is making bombs that look like rocks, and they're planting them. I read that today in some little article.
The Geology magazine?
No,
It's taking a
it
dark
wasn't.
turn.
It's actually a magazine called Shakespeare Dark. And
That's the
how weird is that? And it's,
Yeah.
I read the article that they're making bombs that look like rocks.
Wow.
Yes.
Sounds very weird. I've got nothing.
Have you been to Israel ever?
No, I never have.
No, but you won't eat a cinnamon raisin bagel.
Well, it's, I'm entitled to my religious beliefs, too. I thought we respect one another
We
in this
do!
country. And this show
I
shows
feel like-
tolerance. Tolerance prevails.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the funniest thing you ever wrote?
Who could possibly answer that and not sound like, I don't know. I can't.
All right,
I
the
can't.
third
It's
funniest.
like somebody, your parents go, say something funny.
Oh, no, I'm
Say
not.
something
No.
musical.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did Monkey Camp. That was me.
Ah.
Yeah, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's
So tell me, what is it?
I can't. You have to.
Do you watch Letterman now? No. What do you
it's
watch?
like I don't watch. I
Nothing?
watch. I watch basketball and movies.
Do you like the Knicks?
No one likes
Did you like the
Knicks.
Nets?
No one likes the Knicks.
Who do you
the
like?
Knicks are horrible. The Knicks are like.
Did you like
saw?
Jeremy-
There are people in this room who've watched the last 3 games.
Did you like Jeremy Lin?
The most depressing thing you've ever seen. It's like they forgot how to play. The beauty and poetry of team basketball that for a while they had gone. Now, you want to watch Carmelo go 1-on-4 and then get a shot block?
Did you like
watching
Jeremy
J.R.
Lin
Smith
last
check?
year?
Oh, it was thrilling.
He was fun,
It was
right?
thrilling. The team was so much fun.
It had
for
a lot of
while.
fun, right?
For a while, yeah, for 30
Until
games.
now. Until now.
Oh, well. So what do you like in basketball? What team?
Who's playing well? Oklahoma City is really fun to watch before Russell Westbrook got hurt. To watch LeBron do anything, to watch him walk across the room, is
He's
like,
the one.
man, yeah, they're going on Miami. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Every year he gets better. He's like a god.
He's like the Michael
Well,
Jordan.
yeah,
of
all
the
right.
day,
So I'll
right?
shoot 60% this year for the season. And get 8 rebounds and get 8 assists. And
Did you ever play?
What, like a dope, Like I played basketball the way I played music, not with any actual ability, but with some pleasure.
With passion.
With pleasure.
There you go.
That person place thing is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible
It's
show
not-
that everybody should come
Let's see.
to and see live at Tribeca Y and go on to Person Place.
Oh no, it's where we the website. It's for reasons too complicated to explain. It's 92Y, even on 2nd Street Y. They're our sort of production partner. 92y.org/. It's fun to say slash. 9to-y.org
Well, do you like Slash?
PPT.
Do you like Guns N' Roses?
No.
No.
I'm an old guy. What do I know? 9 to.
So how many times have you heard Woody Allen in your life? Do you like Woody Allen?
Yeah, everyone likes Woody Allen.
I know.
We're New Yorkers.
I love Woody. I was in an elevator with him once.
Yeah. What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
What did he say?
He, you know what? He was with, like, surrounded by these people.
What floor did
Like
you
they
go
were
to?
protecting him or something. It was a while ago. It was somewhere in Midtown. And
What floor did you go to?
I don't remember.
Was it like 8?
It was like slow motion. It was just slow motion, the whole elevator. You know, like I usually can say something or bump into somebody by accident. Like I bumped into
That's
quite
your
a few
technique?
people. Yeah, and
You just
it
bump
happened.
into people,
I
right?
do, but he was protected.
Hard?
He had like no, not hard. I bumped into Jack Lemmon once.
Did you record?
Yeah, I pushed my daughter into Ozzy Osbourne. You know, exactly.
That's beside the assault law.
Exactly. I know. You know.
You can't say hello, but you can like knock them to the
Sometimes I
ground.
say hello. No, I don't push that
Say,
hard.
excuse me, I think is what you should be saying.
Well, in England, I do it just to hear them go, sorry. You know, in England, everybody's like saying, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
even though you knocked them
Yeah,
out.
that's what always blows my mind. I'm like, I bumped into you. Why are you saying sorry? But they're so polite. Have you been to London?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, right? Do you like it?
Yeah.
That's good. So,
I think we've run this into the ground, right?
yeah, so did you tell a skeleton?
No, I can tell skeleton. You want me to tell skeleton?
Yeah.
All right, so I used to write for the Times, and they have a formal code of conduct that you have to read. And you've sworn fealty, you know, that you will obey the code of conduct. And one of the things it's mostly pretty good, actually, what journalists should do. But the one thing where they're really, really nuts, it's about any kind of political activity. And they define that really broadly. So, like, if your spouse puts a bumper sticker for a candidate on a car, they see that as a problem you should discuss with your supervisor, right? They're crazy about this. So, even though I knew it was against the rules, one year I gave $585 to move on to Google. And I got found out.
Wow.
And but they're they're very dignified there, so they wouldn't fire you for that because you can do wicked things, mild wicked things once, right? And so the idea is it's better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission, right? But then they have the in-house guy call you and give you a talking to, and I said I wouldn't do it again. And somehow it's different. Like, I knew I was wrong to do it. I mean, not wrong in a moral sense. It was fine to do, but wrong in that it violated a work rule that I. But that was one thing. But once you actually told a particular person, like, I won't do that, I felt like I couldn't. And then my daughter, she's in high school at the time. I'm telling her, well, this is what happened, and they didn't fire me. And she goes, well, why are you worried, Dad? Like, you just give me the money, and I'll do it.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know what to think. Is it like, do I admire her for being resourceful, or do I worry because she's so corrupt?
Here, take a cookie for her.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. So you're not there anymore, so you can give the money now to move on.
Yeah, but now I can't afford it because I lost my job. So ironic.
Well,
That's
you can come
ironic.
visit us anytime.
Thank you.
We enjoy it. And
Thank
I
you
met
very
someone
much.
who wants to write about you for the Examiner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Something
figure out-
bad?
No, they love you.
Did I do
They were
something
like so
wrong?
happy when
Is it
they.
like
She was like,
dirt?
RaNDy
Do they have dirt
Cohen.
on me?
They might.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll find out. All right, thank you so much for
Thanks for
visiting.
having me.
Yay, RaNDy Cohen. We'll be back. We got more.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.